So, I don't want to suggest that nobody ever does anything that's wrong or upsetting. Certainly not. But we do need to own our own reactions, and sometimes we can be very reactive. Rather than responding, we're reacting. You know, if you're anything like me. So, maybe we can do a little tapping on that. So, taking full responsibility for your own well-being. Even though I can be so reactive, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I can be so reactive, I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though I can be so reactive, something happens, someone does something, somebody says something, and I react in a way that I don't feel too great about. And sometimes I make a real mess that I have to clean up afterwards. And even though I can be so reactive, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe these other people that I'm reacting to. I can be so reactive. I can be so reactive. Sometimes things happen, and I react in a way that might be a little out of proportion. Sometimes I make things seem urgent when they're really not that urgent. Sometimes I yell at people, and sometimes I say things that I later regret. So why am I doing this? Yes, people do things that upset me. But how I react is up to me. I want to blame others for my behavior, but I choose to be done doing that. I'm taking responsibility for my actions. I'm taking responsibility for how I respond. They say that's what responsibility is. The ability to respond, rather than just reacting. Letting go of all this baggage that causes me to react in such a way. Sometimes my reaction is way out of proportion to the situation, because some old stuff has been triggered. It's like a whole bunch of explosives just waiting to be set off. Leaves the other people involved a little dumbfounded. I'm tired of being a ticking time bomb. I'm tired of exploding. Sometimes when I overreact, people really get on the ball and do what I want. sometimes they react the way I want them to. If I can't be loved, I'm going to be feared. And that's not who I am. I don't want to be feared. Letting go of this need to react. I choose to clear out those old explosives. I choose to clear out that old baggage. I choose to heal those old wounds. Healing that old pain. Healing all this stuff that causes me to overreact. Maybe I'm just being codependent. And that's what causes my reaction. Maybe I feel hurt that people aren't respecting me. They're not doing what I want them to do. They're not being who I want them to be. And I take that as a sign of disrespect. Or it upsets me for some other reason. But I'm a magnificent child of God. With all kinds of resources. And I choose to find a better reaction. I choose to find a better response. Because if I'm honest with myself, I don't usually get exactly what I want. Even if I get a temporary response, which seems to be somewhat like what I want, there's usually a price to pay for it later. And I'm tired of cleaning up those messes. When I explode, when that bomb goes off, there's always damage. There's always a mess to clean up. And I'm tired of cleaning up those messes. And I get hurt in the explosion too. So I'm cleaning up all that stuff inside that causes me to react in that way. Clearing it out at a cellular level. Clearing out all those old fears. I might look at the situations where I overreact and ask myself, what am I afraid of? Because there's some fear behind it. Maybe I can think of some of that fear right now. And clear it out. Releasing that fear. Releasing it at a cellular level. releasing it all the way back through my past, clearing up all those times that contribute to that pile of explosives. I'm clearing that stuff out. And filling the empty spaces with love. That love feels so much better. And I'd rather respond with love. I choose to find the most loving response in any situation. And that's an act of love towards myself too. Treating myself with love in body, mind, and spirit. And take a deep breath. And let it go. Find the ways that you can to treat yourself and others with love. Thank you for doing that.